It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the New Orleans Pelicans come in for this one. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. Coming in off the road, the Pistons are back in Detroit for this game. It's a disappointing segment of the season for this team, no doubt about it, as the losing streak has continued, guys, to grow.
And checking out Detroit, they haven't looked anything like the team we thought they'd be this year. Still such a long way to go. They could be in line for a long, tumultuous season.
Yeah, that's the sense you get, isn't it? I mean, the important thing is that they don't panic here. Stick to the basics and work out of this slump without trying to do too much at one time.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for New Orleans right now, all out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then it's T.J. Warren. Then there's Ayton. And it's Griffin in at the 4 slot.
And how about the persistence on the backboard? Love how hard Bagley works on the offensive glass. Wants to outwork everybody.
Now here's Wall. They really needed more from him in that loss to New York. Kicks it to Griffin. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. Pelicans keep it alive. And it's Ayton missing. For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Westbrook gets it to go from 18 feet away. Well, Clark, a few teams at this point in the season have battled through back-to-back games. Just how hard is that on the body to play in consecutive nights in this league?
As I recall, Kevin, it wasn't terribly difficult. As a matter of fact, I kind of enjoyed it. You could either get the bad taste of a loss out of your mouth quickly by playing another game. You didn't have to really practice. There's some energy concerns, obviously, but when you're well rested and excited about playing, you find the energy. But I do believe there's studies that show there's a greater probability for injury the more back-to-back games that you have. That's one of the reasons the league has sought to minimize the number of back-to-back games across the schedule.
Here's Ayton. Steven Adams making his last shot. Passes it to Lamb. Barton with some nice D. Pistons have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And Middleton kicks to Westbrook. Over Wall. And Detroit again with the bucket.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
Well, you know what, Greg? When the defense is that lax, come on now, they honestly deserve to lose. You can't let a team get into that kind of a groove.
Now here's Wall. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. The Pistons on offense. They've got an 8-0 run. Barton right side. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And New Orleans will come the other way. This game against Detroit here, it's their first meeting of the season.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
They may have wished for more games against them. A definite disparity in talent. We'll see if they take advantage again tonight.
It's good.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over.
Now here's Westbrook. Really had troubles in that loss to Boston. Moves back up. It's deflected. Here's Bagley. And another shot. And it's Ayton with the rebound. For the Detroit Pistons, they come in off the loss to the Celtics. Here's Warren. Rebound by the Pistons. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
For sure. Agree with you there. They just didn't have it. Seemed like they were a step behind and out of sync.
Middleton outside. For three, Westbrook. It's not going to go for him. And we reached the end of the first quarter. It's Detroit up 4. And we'll get things started in the second. Russell Westbrook, a surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
So for New Orleans right now, we've got Jeremy Lamb. Warren is out there with Griffin. And it's Wall. And it's Ayton in at the 5, down low. Westbrook passes to Adams. Back to Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware. And Steven Adams came into this league at 19, already a physical specimen, and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
Wall's shot is off.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Adams has got the lead up to 6 now for the Pistons. And plenty of bumping and elbowing inside as ever. Steven Adams strong enough, though, to come out on top of that battle.
Yeah, not shy at all about contact. Grew up the youngest of 18 children. He had to hit above his weight for over a decade. Now he's got the upper hand.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
And Adams kicks to Bagley. No good on the triple. Pelicans trail by 4. Here's Lamb. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Westbrook finds Middleton. Westbrook scanning the floor. And the layup's good off the glass. Westbrook's got 4 points this quarter.
He's got it going here in the second, gaining momentum as this game continues to go.
Wall passes to Ayton. Pass to Warren. 6 on the shot clock. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And hit the turnaround jumper. Middleton inside the 3-point line. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. And now an 8-point Piston lead. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Warren against Middleton. Warren dishes to Ayton. And it's in there.
And padding that field goal percentage, just hard to stop Ayton when he gets the ball that deep.
Westbrook against Wall. Westbrook double team. Ball's knocked loose. Griffin with the steal. The finish and the slam by Blake Griffin.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The pass to Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Westbrook against Wall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. He can't get that one to fall.
Just testing out the cannon.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. Looking at the Pistons, Kenny?
So far, I love their commitment on the glass. Even when they were playing well, their rebounding remained a priority. And so far, the other side hasn't matched them.
And
welcome back, everyone. The lights of Motown reflecting brightly off the Detroit River. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
Chris Middleton is out there with Bagley. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Adams in at the center position. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half.
And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
Warren kicks to Wall. Shoots from the elbow. Kept alive. Here's Griffin. And he uses the glass on the layup. Griffin's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Pelicans. And Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years. Their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDyess, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in a season. Now, less than half that number. But the trade-off, hopefully, will be longevity and an increased skill set.
Ayton, the pass to Warren. Shoots over Adams, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Warren's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him, get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
Westbrook against Wall. Three-pointer on the way. And it's Bagley that time on the assist by Barton. Bagley's got his third bucket of the night. Pelicans trail by 7. And Lamb kicks to Ayton. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Middleton. And here we go for the finish. And Barton throws it down.
Well, you've got to recognize how active Middleton is on defense. I mean, this is a guy that you can't afford to be careless around.
Outside Griffin. Goes back up. Got a hand on it. And he gets it back. And can't hit the shot. But they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
He's been a completely different guy at the line this season. I mean, last year, you weren't sure what you were going to get when he got to the stripe. And there's no way we could have expected such a huge increase in those free throw percentage numbers.
Wall wide open. Drains the three-pointer. Wall's got 5.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Griffin finds Wall. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. 7 points for Wall.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. It's hauled in by Warren. And it's Warren with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans, trailing by 5. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Yes, he does, Kevin. Love seeing Griffin finish with power at the rim. Awesome at throwing it down when he's in this deep.
Now here's Barton, covered by Lamb. Now Barton. Here's Westbrook. Nice D from Wall. 3/4 of play in a close game here. Pistons lead by 3. We're going to... Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. So for New Orleans right now, Griffin is out there with Ayton. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. Then it's DJ Warren. And it's Wall in at the point.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Westbrook kicks to Adams. Westbrook against Griffin. Westbrook dishes to Bagley, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And how about the strength on display there? Even when you whack Bagley, he's outstanding at fighting through it.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Pistons?
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Barton, no luck.
You just make the assumption that's going down. I mean, an uncontested mid-range jumper, I think he should have buried it, but you know what? He didn't. It happened.
And that's a foul called on TJ Warren. That is his first foul of the game. Detroit leading by 4. Here's Westbrook. A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Detroit, no good that time either. Griffin makes good on the step-back jumper. Griffin's got 10 points in just the second half.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Wall with the steal to tie it up. And the layup is good. Wall's got the game tied up here for New Orleans.
You know, one of the things I like about Wall, Kevin, is he really takes on the defense, plays downhill. When he's driving inside, he is committed to scoring over the defense.
Westbrook passes to Adams. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 6th assist on the night.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
Well, they don't have anybody to blame but... Whoa! Hey, watch out now. Watch out.
And always a bonus to have a point guard who can dunk the basketball. Wall has great initiative when it comes to rising up and throwing it down.
And Lamb kicks the Wall. Over Westbrook. Again, the Pelicans score.
You know, Wall's done a nice job, in my opinion, of improving his mechanics with his shot. It's not quite a pure release, but much, much better than it was a couple of seasons ago. And he's really become effective from the mid-range area.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And so Westbrook makes them both.
And nice work at the line. I mean, when the game's this close, you have got to cash in on those opportunities.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
It was very close, and I wouldn't mind letting them play on that one. It wasn't blatant by any means.
First free throw is good, and that gives them the lead.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Lamb, good.
Growing up more and more, shots like this prove Lamb has the confidence and the presence of mind to take shots like that.
Westbrook with it. He's picked up by Wall. Westbrook kicks to Barton. And it's Bagley in the corner. Here's Adams. Money!
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. The score knotted at 38. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Blake Griffin.
Sensational game for him in terms of shooting efficiency. He's taken nothing but high percentage shots. That's how he's managed to hit over 60% from the field. I mean, making just about everything he's looked at.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Alvin Gentry said to his team. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 6 to shoot. Knocks it loose. Here's Wall. Missed. Tries again. It's off.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, free throws put them in an excellent position to win this thing now. It's all in the hands of the D.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. 7 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
Well, I don't think you set that decision in stone and anchor it in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Here's Lamb. Oh, it's no good. And we're headed to overtime. And that's going to do it for regulation. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest.
Get a nice clean game, huh?
Tip-off goes to New Orleans. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for New Orleans right now, Griffin is out there with T.J. Warren. Then there's Ayton. And it's Wall. And it's Lamb in at the 2 spot. To the paint. Here's Barton. And Barton throws it down.
That's why he's out there, guys. When he's in an important possession, he knows how to come through.
All taking his time here. Lamb with the ball. Griffin finds Wall. Rebound, Detroit. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Barton. And it's Bagley in the corner. Adams trying to free himself up. The kick out to Barton. Passes to Bagley. Westbrook with it. The Pistons working the ball around now. Here's Adams. A miss that time. Would have put him up. And so it's New Orleans with it. Right side, Wall. Ayton in the corner. Pass to Lamb. To the middle. Wall dishes to Griffin. Count it!
We're seeing that red-hot version of Blake Griffin.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're down by 2. 34 seconds left in the first overtime. What's your take, guys?
Hey, they do have enough time here if they shoot quickly to get the 2 for 1. We'll see if they try it.
And here's Westbrook. It's Barton on the wing. Now, here's Bagley. Westbrook double team. 5 on the clock. Stolen by Warren. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Hard not to appreciate the brilliance of Wall. I mean, a super fast, quick player, a guy who runs the offense exceedingly well.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
Barton passes to Adams. This one for 3. No good there. So it's a narrow victory for New Orleans, pulling it out for a W. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For
real slow. I have to go, I'ma let. Man, I'm looking clean, one more.